don't curse. That was challenging.
So you could masturbate on stage, but do not curse.
Right. Exactly.
And
you
I
can
said
just
tits.
pull it out, off, right there, and just shoot it on the crowd. Just don't curse while you're doing it.
Welcome to the Splair Zone.
Right. No.
Actually, you just reminded me when I was in Brazil, we were going up into a favela, which was like some dangerous ghettos, but for the parties were awesome. When we were walking, so we're going.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I got a story for you.
You can get shot 6 times trying to get up in there, but if you make it, the party's gonna be everything.
This is what that's what happened.
So I can synchronize the audio to the video.
Okay.
So I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3, clap. We're gonna do this at the beginning and at the end.
Okay.
That's it. That's how we're gonna start. After that, we are alive with the sound of music. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Woo!
Oh,
Perfect.
sorry.
That was pretty good. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave
One
that in
clap.
there.
Oh, it was just. I thought we were.
Did I say
we
clap
just-
repeatedly?
You did not. But I'm just so happy to be here.
I think
Yay.
I think I'm gonna be able to sing that. That's fine. So welcome to the Psst, Did You Hear That podcast with Imre, Mehesz, and Flo Funny. Woo. And today our guest is Momma Jackie. Woo.
Yeah.
Now you can clap.
Yay, Momma Jackie in the house.
Momma Jackie.
In the hizzy.
Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to our podcast, which is pretty much this is it. This is the whole setup. You know,
I
we
am
have plants
so
and everything.
Excited to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
Happy
am.
to have you.
Yeah, and anytime I get a chance to hang out with my boy Imre, you know,
Yeah, definitely
or
do that.
Boris, as I like to call him.
Boris.
I think I had Boris as a name.
No, I did that. I did that to him one time. We were at, I want to say,
Maybe a Justice Pub.
6th and Main. No, we were at
Shantytown?
Shantytown.
Oh, Shining Down.
Right, and I was telling them about the misunderstanding that Imre and I had at the Comedy Zone that went off the rails beautifully. But I'm like, and then Boris back here. I called him Boris on stage, and Ian was like, "No, you did." Yeah, I did.
You can call me whatever. No, it's
He
it's
loves
fun.
me. He can. I can. You know.
I mean, the thing is, like historically, I should be upset that people don't know where Hungary is or whatever, and they, misplaces us with Russia. Personally, I don't care, but you can. So, anyway, you are pretty new to the scene, and I like to have people who are new to the scene. Like a year in roughly.
Yeah.
Because I see your work. I remember the first time we met. I think we met at Comedy Zone
Comedy Zone.
my open mic.
Right.
And I mean, you have a personality that meant to be on stage. I
Do
think
I really?
You do.
so.
Well, I'm here.
I always liked it, so that was great. So, how have you been? How did you start comedy in the first place?
Okay, so I do a lot of things. I'm a creative writer, so I'm also a poet. And it just so happens that I was at poetry night, and Danielle, one of our co-producers, she happened to be there. And when I get on anybody's mic, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm a cut up. It just happens. I don't mean for it to happen, but it does. And so she saw me, and she was like, "We're getting ready to start a new cast. Why don't you come out and try out for the mic?" So that was the beginning of Poker Face Comedy. I was there at the very first show. So when Poker Face Comedy started, I did too.
Shout out Poker Face.
Poker Face Comedy. Flo is also my castmate. Okay. So that's one of my Poker Face sisters right there.
Oh, okay. So because I remember when those guys came on the scene first, at cover mics, right? With
Right.
Jessica Mote and stuff. So I remember when they came into the scene. but I didn't realize what she was building at
Right.
that time.
It was her and Brooke English, and it didn't work out with Brooke, so Brooke left.
Okay.
Brooke quit, but J-Mo kept us going. And so now here we are a year in as a cast.
Yeah.
I think that we're finally vibing. All of us are vibing now. We're moving in some pretty great directions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've gotten lots of opportunities just being a part of a cast with established comedians. So
Okay, so how many comedians? Is it public? How many comedians do you guys have now?
what, 20 or so?
Around that.
About 20.
That is pretty impressive because it's been like maybe a little over a year or something like that.
Yeah.
And they moved here.
Yeah.
There's about 15 of us that are consistent.
Like a core.
Just consistent. The core is about 15 core people.
Nice.
And these are the people that are left because it was much larger when we started.
Okay.
There was, you could just come in the poker face and just get on the mic. And
Yeah.
there was a
lot
lot of
people.
different people that were supposed to be a part of it that chose not to stay, that for whatever reason didn't continue.
Okay, so here's the danger of these groups, right? If they say, hey, you cannot perform in other venues, which I never liked. Like, nobody tells me where I can perform, right? You know what I'm saying? So just make sure, they don't steer the ship that way. Because
Oh,
they can say, no, you can't perform in Comedy Zone or whatever. You know what
No,
I mean?
well-
They're trying to tie you down.
we haven't run into that issue. J-Mode has been very good about trying to find us bookings outside of comedy, outside of Poker Face.
Okay,
She
good,
is
good.
a manager and a producer.
That's
So
awesome.
there are some of us that she manages. I'm not one of them right now. I manage myself, but
Yeah.
but she
Oh, you
does,
mean like she's acting like an agent?
she is a manager
okay, cool.
as well as the producer for the executive producer for
All right.
Poker Face. So she definitely tries to make sure that we're trying to. She finds mics for us or shows or whatever. It opens the opportunity up for all of us.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Yep.
I might talk to her. Anyway, it's not about her. We're gonna have her here on the podcast.
Yeah, Poker Face is a family. We're
Cool.
We're a family. At this point, we're just a family. So it's gonna be hard to like maybe see one of us and not see a bunch of us. Like Flo's Mike tomorrow is independent,
right.
but Poker Face comedians are coming because we stand by one another and we
Sure.
support one another. And like tonight is Ian's show, so
Yeah,
I don't necessarily have a show this week, but
you will get on something.
right.
That's awesome.
And then if they need me to fill in, I will.
Yeah.
So we can always pull each other from
Right.
out, the audience if need be.
And it feels very professional that you have a brand behind you.
Right.
Like, hey, I'm a part of this group.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like I'm a part of the Hot Breath Comedy Writing group on Facebook, and I run the night writing session. Right. That used to be a stream when we had the pandemic, so I went on streaming every Thursday, and we posted a word, and you had 10 minutes to write jokes, and hundreds of people wrote jokes. People voted on it, and whoever got the winner, won. Like, hey, congratulations, you won the night of the joke. And I'm still doing it. I'm just not streaming. So the word is still posted. People are still writing. People are still voting, and it's a writing exercise. So cool. So all right. So back to how did you get into comedy in the first place?
Like I said, Danielle asked me to come out, and this is something that everybody has always told me I've missed my calling. Oh, you missed your calling. Whether it's when it comes down to performing, people have always told me I missed my calling. And because I was going through a major transition, I'm getting divorced. My life was different. And I felt like there was nothing stopping me. So let's try it. But I realized that I've been doing this all of my life. I grew up in church. And, there's plays, there's the choir, and there's lots of stuff to do at black church. I don't know about white church. But black folk, there's come on now, black church, you got flags, you got praise dancers and flag girls and majorettes and stuff like that. That's why we don't get out of church till 6:00. But having that opportunity all my life since a very young child, I've been performing all my life. I just didn't realize that it was leading me here.
That's awesome.
That is
good.
awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all right. So were you funny when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, comedy comes from a dark place. Comedy
Sure.
doesn't necessarily
Could
come
be.
from
Could
a happy
be.
place for a lot of comedians. comedy is a coping mechanism for trauma. So yes, I have been thoroughly traumatized, but I've also been funny while going through it. You know,
That part.
Fair enough.
I've used comedy to not commit suicide or not kill somebody, or comedy has kept me out of jail
Right.
There you
a
go.
lot of times.
Period.
It just if you can make a joke about a situation,
Better to laugh than to
it's better to laugh
cry.
than to commit mass murder.
Comedy saved my ass a couple of times.
See?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I remember, like, one time I was in a club, we were drinking. It was back in Hungary. And this girl was looking at me. So I'm like, that's an invitation to do other stuff as a dude.
She
I was
tried
like 19 years old.
Oh, okay.
And
She looked
she-
at me. We
she-
go together now.
so she looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't do anything crazy. I think I just put my arm around her waist or something like that. Just...
You was making your moves.
This
on her?
sounded yes. I didn't know how. I was young. I didn't know how to communicate or anything like that.
Oh, you
right?
weren't as smooth as you are now.
No, right. I'm
Right.
super
Smoother
smooth.
now.
I'm super smooth now. But anyway, so I don't know, she screamed or she pushed me away and she ran out. And this ginormous guy comes back, and he's like, "Hey, my girlfriend said you touched her, and I'm her boyfriend." The guy was ginormous, very muscular dude, and he's like, "I'm gonna hit you now," and I'm like, "Dude, you're so big, even if you miss, I'm just gonna pass out." And he started laughing, and he said, "You are hilarious. Let me buy you a drink." So we just sat down. I apologized, of course.
Wow.
I'm like, I didn't know. So, in that case, I saved my comedy, saved my
Plot
ass.
twist.
Yep.
Right.
Different ending to that story.
Yep. So you just have to be funny.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely turn around some situations.
Right.
Oh, actually, you just reminded me. When I was in Brazil, we were going up into a favela, which is like some dangerous ghettos, but for the parties were awesome. When we were walking, so we're going.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I got a story for you.
You can get shot 6 times trying to get up in there, but
This-
if you make it,
But if you make it,
the party's gonna be everything.
This is what that's what happened. I was walking
Oh
up.
my god!
Yeah, I'm with 2 of my friends and I'm recording myself and I'm like, oh, I'm at the party. And they're kids with these big rifles. They're not even real police.
oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
ran up to me and he's like, you gotta put that
Rifles?
away. And
What?
with rifles. And he's like, put that away. And he had like the gun. And I used comedy. I was like, hey, I just want to remember the moment, man. This is awesome. And he laughed. And he's like, all right, fine. But you can't record here. I'm like, oh, my bad. I was just, but the other kid with the rifle took my friend's glasses off his face and like grabbed his phone. I think guys get it worse. But my comedy in that moment totally won him over, and he laughed, and he's like, all right, just put the phone away. No phones are allowed. They don't want to be recorded. But I was like, I didn't know I wasn't recording you. I'm recording this awesome, because as soon as you enter the favela, it's like party, people everywhere, and it was amazing. I'm like, I gotta record this. So I made him laugh, and he
So probably
put the guns
mobsters,
away.
mobsters hang out there.
They're all gang thing. Everybody.
Is it mobsters? People still use that phrase. I don't know.
Hey,
I'm watching a lot of 40s, 50s, 20s,
shout out
Yeah.
to the Godfather.
Godfather
Right,
stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, comedy helped me there. My
Wow,
friend
that's
was
good.
kind of traumatized. He's like, "You took my glasses. I want to go home." I'm like, "It's okay. We're going in the party."
Like glasses like these or
Like,
sunglasses?
Yeah, his real glasses. So
I
he
can't
couldn't-
see without
he
my
couldn't
glasses.
see for
All
a
right, so
minute, and
Brazil
they
is a
yeah.
no-go.
Yeah, well, not to the favela. If you don't want to go dance in the favela, then you shouldn't have phones out.
Interesting.
Because you'll probably get robbed if you have your phone out. If someone sees you're drunk and dancing or something, they'll pickpocket you. But
Yeah.
they don't mess with you if you're just having a good time and you're not wasted and you don't have your phones out. But yeah,
So
they're kids with rifles that protect the entrance of
Sure.
the ghettos. At the bottom, though, there were some police just in case, but the police still don't even mess with the gangs that
Wow.
run the entrance of the parties in the ghettos.
And you said that like people under 18 cannot go to prison. That's why they
You
use
can't go
kids
to
a lot.
jail if you're under 18.
Right.
You don't go to jail. So
Oh,
So they
Missed it by
use
2 years.
they use
Right.
child soldiers.
child. Yeah, they
Can you
use
say
the
child
kids,
soldiers 3 times fast?
child soldiers.
That's horribly slow.
Yeah, yeah. They use them to steal and rob because
Wow.
they can't go to jail. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
All right.
It's
Well,
crazy. It is. Yeah. It's
all right.
kinda
I'm
crazy.
not gonna go to
What
Brazil.
part?
No,
What-
Brazil's amazing.
city?
Highly recommended. Well, every city's got like a favela, but Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo are the biggest cities. Some of the biggest cities there.
Okay.
And the favelas are usually up in the mountains, where
yeah.
they shove people up. Where nowadays it's kind of crazy how that's where the people with money want to live because they want the view.
Oh,
of,
sure.
You know, so they're actually starting to kick out the poor
Right.
people out of the ghettos up in the.
That's
up in
what
the
happened in
mountains.
Florida at the beaches because
Yeah, can
only
you say Fernandina? Can you say American Beach?
yeah,
Really?
only
That's exactly
poor
what it
people
was.
lived on the beaches because for water and washing, purposes.
Right.
Rich people didn't want to live there; they wanted to live downtown.
Yeah, isn't that
And
crazy?
isn't that crazy? And now you can't even you can never afford a house on the beach
Right.
or a condo or whatever.
That's why I love when I see some like more, low income communities along the beach in Florida. Because there are some, if you drive south, like you have a trailer park like
Yeah.
on the beach. So it's like, yeah, down by Flagler Beach, there's like a trailer park area.
I've seen
so
those.
it's like finally they have a spot for some poor people to have a nice life too. You know,
Well, the
Not just for
10
rich-
people.
a tiny little trailer park. I mean, I'm trying to look at the little sliver of hope here, guys.
Silver linings. These 10 homeless people can live on the beach. Yay!
Shoot.
Fuck the rest of the country.
No, it's fucked up though. But
Yeah. So awesome. Well, back to you.
Back
Now
to
that-
Momma Jackie,
Flo gave us,
sorry. I'm not-
20
we're not
minutes
finna
on
tangent.
Brazil and no phones allowed. and
sorry, no,
stuff.
but Brazil's highly recommended. Love it. Favorite. I'll live there again one day. I
Cool.
will.
So did you grow up in Jacksonville?
I did.
Where are you from?
Okay, so originally I am from Queens, New York.
Okay.
And I moved here in 1981.
Wow. I was 3 years old, just an FYI.
I told you you're a little baby.
You have the baby face though.
I have a baby
black
face?
does
You
not
both
crack.
look good,
people.
but black don't crack.
Black does not crack.
Black don't
Okay,
crack.
get you some melanin.
Period.
I take melatonin for sleeping. but
See,
that-
so originally I'm from Queens, New York,
Mhm.
and I moved here because my father died.
Oh, okay.
And then when I got here, my mom died. So
Oh, no.
right, I kind of got stuck. So I've been here pretty much for the most part, except for when I was a military spouse and I moved to Oklahoma briefly for about 4 years.
I don't know where Oklahoma is. Like, I'm not even
It is-
joking.
It
Middle
is
of-
on top of Texas.
Okay, all right.
know where Texas
yeah, I know
is?
where Texas is. To
Then
the
it's on
left.
top.
Yeah.
Okay, it's to the left, and it's right on top of
All right, cool.
Texas.
Okay. Is that the
So-
square state? I know there is one state that is completely
No,
square.
it's not square.
Okay.
It's got a little panhandle, like that top part of Texas.
Yes.
So the panhandle of Oklahoma sits on that,
Okay.
and then the rest of it swoops down that part of Texas.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
and
think
Is that-
then between Oklahoma and Texas, it makes a pretty good square.
Mm. Oh, Oklahoma
But-
City.
Yeah,
Most people don't know where Oklahoma is.
I did not
Most
either.
Americans
And let me
don't.
just tell you
You guys got the
Let me
deployment.
tell
It's like,
you
we don't know
that when I was driving out there, so I drove out there because my ex-husband was already out there. And I was driving out there moving with the kids and trying to get through Arkansas at like 3 o'clock in the morning through all the mountains and drop-offs and everything like that. I'm like, and any other time my kids would be up acting a fool, being crazy. No, now y'all want to be sleeping in the back like angels when I need you to be up aggravating
Keep
me.
you awake. Yeah.
Right. No,
Right.
now you want to be quiet.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then the rest of the time has been here in Duval.
Duval, yep. Oh, I miss that. I go to the football. Oh, yeah,
You
whatever.
missed the Duval?
I don't miss that.
I need you to. Well, first of all,
That's
you got
sarcasm.
On the
That
wrong
was
jersey.
sarcasm.
That's first of all, you got on the wrong jersey.
Hey, this is my home team, the
How
Packers.
do you have a home team and you're from Hungary? How do you have a home team?
I did because when I got married, my wife was from Wisconsin, and
Oh,
so
okay.
their family got me a jersey. So I always like the Packers. I always follow two teams, the Packers and the Jaguars. Not like religiously, but I do know what's going on, like in a ballpark.
Okay.
If they
well,
are,
lose that.
hey,
No,
whoever
'cause
is
this
getting me the next jersey, I'm
this-
wearing it.
Let me go to my closet then. We burn that shit. Can we curse on here? Are we allowed to curse on this?
I do.
Oh
I
my
do all
gosh,
the
yeah,
time.
definitely.
Okay, so let me tell you a really funny story about Flo. So,
that was a laughter.
I was like,
so we were on a show together up at Disco Witch, and this is the first time.
Okay, sorry. Because I know Disco Witch is just pretty recent. Is that a mic or a show? Because
Show.
actually, this
It
is
was
not
a
the
show.
first time it came up on.
No,
the-
this was a
Okay,
show.
so
We were
Disco Witch is a
opening
show.
for Danny Johnson.
Oh, okay.
We were opening for Danny Johnson,
All right.
and Tracy Allen.
Yeah, I know Tracy.
Tracy was the one that invited me to be the opening act on the show.
Oh, okay.
So he's telling me, because I don't know, I wasn't familiar with Danny. So he was telling me he's a clean comedian, no cursing, no religion, no politics, nothing confrontational. He's just a very squeaky clean comic, and that's how I need your set to be or whatever. Mm-hmm. And as much as I like to curse, I was under some pressure. So, but I did come up with a great set. I did good for 10 minutes of a clean set. Then this heifer gets on right behind me, and not only is she cussing, she talking about how she wants to iron out her mama's titty nipples. So
I didn't curse. Not one.
I
No,
didn't. You
not
didn't
one.
curse?
No, I said booty for ass. I said took a dump for shit.
but it was the titty nipples. It was the titty nipples.
Titty nipples is a
That-
gray
But
area.
I
I'm saying-
asked him though before.
You asked Danny?
I said, "Hey, because my stuff is so raunchy and dirty." I'm like, "What?"
Right.
He said, "Masturbation is fine.
But
Tits are
do you
fine."
have to say masturbating or jerking off?
No, he said masturbation's.
I mean, that's
I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
politically correct.
I remember Googling it. And I'm like, what am I allowed to say? And then I asked
Yeah.
him 3 times. I saw him again in person. I'm like, so what can I say? And I wrote it down.
Are you? So I'm sitting up here while she's doing her set, and
Because-
I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You
So-
could have.
I am sitting here.
could've
like,
been- you
Are
could've
you
been.
serious right now, Flo?
He
You
said,
should, you should have gone up, you motherfuckers.
This bitch.
he said drugs was fine, so I used my drug
Wow,
jokes.
you can't say bitch, but you can shoot up on the stage.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I know, yeah.
I mean, that's welcome to
I-
America.
Now, to be fair, I didn't ask him what was
Right.
appropriate for his show or not. I just did a nice, clean set.
Let me tell you, I know,
Which
I know,
is pretty
Tracy.
difficult because there was quite a few cuss words that I wanted to say that I was really working really hard to keep in my spirit.
You did good. You did
Thank
good. You
you.
kept it clean. Yeah,
I mean,
cleaner than
super
I wanted.
clean. I kept it super clean.
I wanted to be
Super,
that
super-
clean, but that's why I kept
But
asking. I'm
her,
like,
and then she comes behind me. She's talking about all this stuff, and I'm like, this is some bullshit right here. I know I could have said at damn of something at least twice in
So
my set.
you could have said, yeah.
So I
But,
know Alan Tracy for years before the pandemic, but since I started pretty much. He never invited me to do his show. And I don't curse, right?
Oh,
I'm just like super drunk.
You know,
Super
Dark.
dark, not drunk.
Drunk.
I'm super drunk right
yeah, he
now.
was talking about running over blind people.
Dark, yeah, huh? Well,
So-
he
But
he heard my stuff and it was very raunchy, and I was like, what am I allowed? And he's like, drugs, masturbation, just don't curse. That was challenging.
so you could masturbate on stage, but do not curse.
Right.
right?
Exactly.
And
You
I
could
said
just
tits.
pull it out, jack off right there, and just shoot it on the crowd. Just don't curse while you're doing it.
Welcome to the split zone.
Right. No.
Yeah, I feel bad. Yeah,
But that
I
was-
did I had to ask. I'm like, because my
I-
stuff's dirty.
Yeah, I didn't. I just kept it squeaky clean, which was definitely a challenge.
So here it was. I remember because she came to our open mic on Wednesday,
Right.
and you were like, "I have to practice my clean set because I'm doing a clean show."
Yeah,
I'm like, "Where are
I
they?"
did. I warmed up for his set for
Yeah.
that show on his
an
mic.
open mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What show is clean?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
And I'm like, because I'm new,
Sure. Yeah.
you know.
No.
So I mean, I'm only a year in, so I'm still a baby.
Right.
Okay, a toddler. I'm not an infant anymore, but I'm definitely a toddler now. But I'm still like learning etiquette.
Sure.
When it comes out to the mics,
the
and
etiquette
casting
completely
calls
changed.
and
like 5
things
years ago.
like that, or what are do's and don'ts, because I know that not unknowingly you could do something that could really mess you up.
Oh, for sure.
Unintentionally. You could accidentally offend the wrong person, and I've got to really get better at learning people's names and faces and what they do, so that I know who I'm talking to, because I kind of don't have a filter. And,
Same.
Right.
No
I don't.
filter. No.
And I'm Momma Jackie all the time. I'm just me all the time. I'm gonna be me all the time. And there was one time that we were on Clubhouse, and David had us in a room with what's his name? I can't think his name right now. He co-produced Def Comedy Jam with Russell Simmons, and I can't think his name right now. Bob Sumner. He was in the room with Bob Sumner, but I did not understand who Bob Sumner was. I thought that this was David's just regular room.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't, and I was like coming from the chiropractor, so I didn't read the text where he says, don't say, just kind of
and
lay off the fact that you know me. Because I guess he's, David, he might have
playing it cool.
Well, I'm pretty sure that David is David all the time, and sometimes when those tourist horns come out, he doesn't care. It is what it is, and if he got to run you over, he will. If he's got to, don't play with the bull like that. But so he was like, just don't say, and I think he was doing that for us,
your sake,
for our sakes, because he might have already done that. But I didn't see that part. So I came into the room and they put me on the spot. They was like, well, hey, we see Momma Jackie on here. Why don't you introduce yourself? All right, dear. Hey, I'm Momma Jackie. I'm with Post Face Comedy, and I'm with J-Mo. You know what I'm saying? And I like this here. Right. And they were like, hey, how you doing? Because I really don't meet strangers. I just meet friends I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is that I didn't realize what I had done. And the platform that was, the names of the people that I was speaking to.
Right.
And when that hit me while I was on the phone, that's when I freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, oh my fucking God, are you serious? After other people started getting, I'm like, wait a minute, let me look and see let me do some research and see who's in this room. And I'm like, oh shit, I did what? Because.
So is that what app were you guys using? Is that like you are live there with your video or just audio?
So it's just audio.
Oh, okay.
It's just audio, and you get into rooms and you can have conversations. It's like
I tried to use it a little bit.
Chat rooms and stuff like that.
During the pandemic, it was all right, but
yeah, it's okay. I don't. A lot of times when the people that I want to talk to are on, I'm working, and Clubhouse was a lot of fun. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Clubhouse was a lot of fun for me, and it was affecting my job performance.
Oh wow!
Because I'm like, fuck this job. What did you say to me? And you kind of can't do that when you need to pay your bills,
right?
That part.
So I had to stop with the Clubhouse. I'll pop in from time to time, but I had to cut that back. But yeah, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God! Because then he asked us for some material and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
On the spot, that's crazy.
He was like, well, yeah, what he does is he does go around
produce.
And he produces shows because he's actually looking for new comics.
You need new comics.
Yeah, he's I don't know if he's trying to put together like a new Def Jam kind of situation. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with that. For his end game, but I do know that he does a lot with giving artists an opportunity to premiere their stuff.
That's awesome.
He gives them a platform.
Yeah, I love it when bigger names help smaller people out.
Yeah, he does. They do that.
I'm definitely gonna do that once I make it big. I don't know who's that gonna be, but
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right.
That is cool.
Okay, who was the biggest name you guys ever met, comedy-wise, like comedians, personally?
Oh, Okay, well, are you talking about personally or meet and greets?
Like
Because-
meet and greets, like you
Okay.
actually talk to somebody.
Okay, so this year, I have met Ali Seed.
Oh, okay. Alice Dick, yeah.
Yeah, and then Mojo Brooks.
Okay. Was that in a comedy zone? Were they in the
Yeah,
comedy
he
zone?
was. Yeah, he was there that night of your open mic when I was working out my material on your
Oh,
open mic.
okay.
That's who was there that night. That was the person that was there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Mojo, if you see this, I guess I owe you a little bit of money for your concert ticket. But I was going in to get a beer because the bar outside was
right.
closed. And I went in and I'm like, "What, Mojo here?" And they didn't kick me out, so I kind of just stayed.
They kicked you out?
They did not. They did not.
No, comics can go in. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'm official.
I mean, comedians can
Are
go
you
in.
serious?
Yeah.
I can just go in now with the comedy zone. Are you?
Right. I mean, comics can go in, yeah.
Can you? Oh, you.
Well, all right, I'm not giving permission, comedy.
You can't tell me nothing now. I'm big time now. I can go into the comedy zone. Comedian, bitch. Let me in this. No, it's still. I don't know. Sometimes it's still. It's big to me to actually say to people that I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't say it like, you know what I mean?
It's
Because
still,
I'm
Feels-
actually a comedian.
yeah, but we are like we
are,
we
though.
perform every day or close
Right.
to it. You know what I mean? Like you are a comedian.
Well, I
Flo
mean,
is
it's,
looking up who Mojo is. Watch.
It's right. It's a lifestyle. I think.
No, it is.
This,
It
this
is
is
a
a whole
lifestyle.
This is
Yeah.
and it's not for the faint of heart.
Oh, for sure. Like
You know.
people drop off. Like that's why
Yeah.
I like to invite people who are at least a year in, because
Okay.
that means all right, they have the bug. Let's see how it's gonna last. I feel like there is a big drop off after 1 year, 5 years, or before 1 year, 5 years, and I'm only 6 years in, so I don't know. But I know a lot of people drop off at that time.
Well, I mean, it's a lot when when you're talking about going and perfecting your craft
Right.
and working on your craft. You don't get, unless you're like a big time person, you're not getting paid for that. That it's actually costing you money
Oh, for sure.
because it's the gas to get to the venue, and then once you get to the venue, you're gonna buy something to eat or drink or whatever. So
Right.
it's actually costing you. This is
Oh, the first couple of years. Absolutely.
this is an investment, and that's what I try to look at it as an investment. So when I get discouraged,
Yeah, but in this case, you are investing in yourself, which is
Right.
probably the best investment you can do.
absolutely,
Financial advice on the podcast.
absolutely, but when you don't, when it doesn't happen, like for me, because I was a brand new comic coming to Poker Face with no stage experience at all, nothing. For me, I feel a lot of times that comedically, I may be one of the weaker Poker Face comedians because I'm better at improv than I am at stand-up. So of course there's been times that I'm not as funny as everybody else, and yeah, there's times that I wanted to quit, but there's the Poker Face family, and they don't let me quit. I mean,
That's good.
I suppose,
Support.
of course, they would let me quit or
Right.
whatever.
No,
but
I get it.
No.
but
Yeah.
because I'm the mama of the cast, Mom, you just don't quit on your babies.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they really keep me going, even when there's times like, this is bullshit. Let me just stop. I can't afford this. Let me, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I was doing this when I didn't have a car. So
Right.
I was working 10, 12-hour days and then catching rides to mics.
Wow.
That's tough.
Let me ask you
It's
this:
challenging.
did Flo ever take you to
No,
improv?
Flo hasn't even offered to buy me a Tootsie Roll at a corner store.
Damn.
Okay?
I need to get it together.
Okay, I mean, a little
Shit.
5-cent bubble
You-
gum would be nice. A big blow or something.
You mean Tootsie
Yeah.
Roll? With,
Or something. A pack of gum, some Nile or something. I mean, she's almost, Flo is actually almost black.
I am.
It's hard to tell from
Usually-
I
the
am.
video.
I don't know.
Right here.
Sometimes I think
See?
that Flo is more racist against white people than black people are. Sometimes I just
Oh yeah.
What are you trying to prove?
No,
That you are-
nothing. But she
you are
gets-
not you, Flo, because she's
See?
pointing. What are you like 0.5%?
She's yeah. See, she got the
percentage.
melanation. She got the melanin right
That's
there.
a- yeah,
That's-
1%.
She got a whole patch of melanin right
None
there.
of that. I'm like, I'm the whitest person there is. I'm from
Yeah, but
Europe,
she-
you know.
But she will go all white people, and I'm like, Flo,
Oh, yeah.
pull up.
I don't deal with racism.
She's just
Nah, I don't
Flo
like
is
racism.
Flo is funny. That's her name, and she earned that. She's Flo funny for a reason.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and actually, it's only white people who hate on the stage name. Black people have never hated on my stage name. They just respect the stage name.
Right, it is
They
what it is.
respect the nickname. They respect whatever you want to be called by. I've only had white people be like, "Oh, up next is Flo."
Mm.
Like, not even respect your stage name. It's a
Wow.
stage name.
Oh, I see what
Why
you
do
mean,
you
yeah.
care what I chose to call myself? You know, it's like,
Oh yeah.
you know, and it's real life too. Like nicknames, you pick a nickname. I'm just gonna call you because I respect what you want to be called. You know, if you want to be called Bob and your name's Robert, I'll call you Bob. You know, it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
That's
random
interesting.
point.
Yeah. So, but it's a journey and it's a lifestyle, and I'm loving. I found my tribe.
Good.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
I
actually,
have found my tribe. Just a
Right.
group of crazy people.
Yeah.
Because everybody that I work with is mentally certifiable crazy. And
Unstable.
I love it. And I am like the most unstable one.
Right.
I am the ringleader of unstable, okay? And so I found my tribe and I love it so much. I really just love
And here's what
the
I can tell
lifestyle
you.
of it.
I don't know if you guys travel for comedy a lot, but so I hit up other cities, go to other cities, and I never once had a bad experience. Once the comedians there find out that you're a comedian, and you sign up for a mic, it's like you've been there the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everybody is super friendly, super nice. I never had any issues in any of it. That I
See, so now when I travel, I try to catch a mic in a city that I'm going to because it just makes sense to build my
network.
following.
Sure.
It seems to me that it would be easier to build your following in a different city than it would be in the city that you live. So when I go out, I meet people and stuff, and I do try to catch a mic. I didn't catch Philly because they had their mic. They changed the date of their mic, and I got there the day
Oh.
after.
Can't
Oh.
control that.
Right,
though.
you can't control that.
No.
But from now on, when I go to a city, if there's a mic available during the time that I'm there, then I'm trying to hit the mic,
Yeah.
just so that I can check in and post and say that, hey, I performed in this city, and just add to my resume.
There is a mic in almost every city. I'm pretty sure. Like everywhere I went, there is some kind of an open mic.
Right.
So you can always find something, or or hit me up and I find something.
Okay. Or if you're going somewhere, take me with you. How about that?
Yeah,
Because I love traveling anyway. So
yeah.
it's just a win-win.
I
for
love
me.
the traveling part of it for sure. Because
Absolutely.
I've been to cities that I would have not necessarily gone to otherwise. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just for comedy.
Well, when people
Stuff like
start, this is Momma Jackie, and I'm available if you're willing to pay for my accommodations and my transportation. I'll come on out there, make you laugh. I'm willing to come to your city, people. Yes, I'm available for you
That's how you
as
plug.
long as I got enough PTO on my books
There it
and
is.
stuff.
That's how you plug stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are both pretty horrible at plugging. We forget to say at the end of an episode. We forget to say the Instagram handlers or whatever. None of that. We are always like, all right, we're done.
Oh, you don't.
No, we will. We are.
we
That's
are
the
trying
goal.
to. This is our 7th time, and like I don't know what
Okay.
you expect from us. Like be professional.
I mean, right? No green screen. No. Where's the green room?
Where's the
This is
green room?
bullshit. Nah.
I do have the drapes, the green, because I used to have a green screen. I actually could put it up there.
Okay, well,
But-
I mean, there's no croissants or nothing, no cheese. Where's the charcuterie board?
I offered you tea. You said no. Is it magic tea or what did
I'm
you
just-
say? I'm like, no, it's not. It's
Right,
regular
it's-
tea.
You're supposed to have this together when I come to a podcast. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Get it
I'm-
together, Imre. Get
I
it
know.
together.
Right. This is yes.
Yeah, Flo is bringing the talent. I just provide microphones and that's it. And tea, apparently.
Right.
And some people are blown away by my tea.
Are they really?
Yeah. Yeah, but yes.
I'm gonna have to try some of
My
your tea.
lemon ginger, it's
The
delicious.
lemon ginger tea?
Yeah, it's delicious. And I get it from a Middle Eastern store on Beach Boulevard.
Oh, well, then I will have to try that.
Yep.
The Apna Bazaar.
Apna Bazaar, yeah.
They serve.
Aparna.
You know
Apna.
they serve pigeon
Where?
for meals.
But I never go into the meat section. I'm going to
It-
what? Meat pigeons
Where-
are delicious. We eat them in Hungary.
You've had that?
No, I never had it. But it's
You never eaten pigeons?
No. The chicken wings are too small. Or not the chicken. The wings are too small. The drumstick is too small. I mean,
Yeah, I
like
don't-
you need 15 pigeons.
I don't
Any
need to try
possums,
it.
raccoons, any of that?
The weirdest thing I've ever tried was that it's not any kind of sea creature. Was horse. I had horse meat before.
In France, they eat raw horse.
They're still galloping on the streets.
Ah, just
No.
pull out a chunk. Now hurry up!
So no, I had the horse salami, I think, or something like that.
Horse salami.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's meat. I mean, I'm not. I don't eat it here. I don't even think you can buy it here.
No,
Right.
I don't think you can. Well, I don't know. They give it to the dogs. It's in dog food and glue
Oh,
and
really?
stuff. So I suppose you could.
But I do
Right.
eat pigs, like a pig. Every part of the pig we eat, the tongue, feet, everything. We eat everything,
Oh, really?
and it's really good too.
So y'all eat chitlins too? Chitlins?
What the chicken's little pieces,
The
gizzards.
intestines.
Yeah.
What do y'all call it?
But,
What do y'all call that?
Aprolek. I don't know. Like in Hungarian, I don't know. Aprolek, I think that's what it's called.
Okay. So
This is Hungarian lessons
for
on
the,
this part.
right, for the record, white people do eat chitlins, okay?
I'm not everybody. That's, when you grow up in communism, you don't have enough. You don't have a lot of food, so
Right.
you eat everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
I
we
mean-
don't eat dogs or cats, or not that we know of. But other than that, we eat everything. Like
Okay,
every
what you said,
part.
we'll eat everything else, but dogs and cats are just we're leaving that for China. No, I'm just-
yeah. Right.
That's a
I'm
no.
sorry. Now, that was joke, China.
Yeah,
That was a joke.
Getting canceled in China for sure.
Right, right. Timu is not gonna send me my stuff no more.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Timu. Yeah. Oh my God, that's
Watch
such a
out.
crap store.
Oh my gosh.
So
Timu
we eat,
makes you
we eat
wanna do
chicken
some
feet
stuff.
too. Chicken feet. Do-
So yeah.
You don't eat chicken, do you? Do you?
I
You
mean,
know.
well, I've seen them in the store. I've not.
It's good.
Yeah, because I'm a little bougie, so
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't-
eat
I
like the
don't,
rest of my
no.
family. I've had a chitterling, and
Yeah, I'm not a. I can't.
Did you
well,
eat a hamster? Flo,
But I used to.
in Brazil? Don't they eat hamsters over there?
No,
Is it Peru?
probably.
I know they,
Not hamster. Sorry, guinea pigs. Like it's guinea pigs. It's
they
like
eat monkeys in Guyana.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
They eat monkeys.
No.
Monkey brain is a delicacy.
Yeah, I've heard. No.
Monkey
I mean,
brain.
any kind of brain is a delicacy, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, because yeah, my mom used to eat pig brain.
Yeah.
No, brain
Brain
the
with-
inside of the bone marrow.
Bone marrow is
It's-
good for you.
Really. Well,
Don't
it
you
depends
make soup out of it?
because you
That's
can
what
get
soup is.
the mad cow disease from bone marrow. That's how you could get the mad cow disease.
Because I make soup with bone marrow.
What kind of soup? I love soup.
Well,
Do you really?
no,
Yeah.
just actually, I mean, I make beans with it because you need a broth. I make broth with it. You just
Oh,
buy
broth.
the bones.
Yeah, you
frozen,
knock
too,
it out,
with
yeah.
the marrow
And you
in it.
just make the broth and
You cook, yeah. You just make the bone.
We
like,
need
you
to
know how you buy
exchange-
bone broth.
you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
put it in the
Make it-
greens or nothing.
Oh yeah, if I'm making greens.
You know how to make collard greens.
Look,
I told you she was black. I told you. I told you. Y'all didn't believe me. Y'all didn't believe me. I told you.
I try. It's a lot of work. It's not, it takes time. But yeah.
I made some greens today.
That's what I don't have time.
I did. I
Those
made
are
some
so
collard greens
good.
today.
I love greens.
Okay, you guys have to tell me what collard greens are because I don't know.
Yeah, I have to save you
Wow.
some. I mean, if you
Is that
wanna-
green beans or what is that?
No, they're
Wow.
okay. So
What? Wow, I grew up in Hungary.
all right, so it's like lettuce, but it's thicker. So
Okay.
you have to cook it. Like lettuce, you can eat raw.
It's like spinach. You have to, I mean, you can
thicker,
eat.
but
Thicker.
it's
Thicker.
thicker than the leaf is actually thicker than spinach.
Real thick.
It's really thick.
Real thick.
But you cook it and you eat it, but you have to like most people use some kind of smoked meat, like smoked turkey. I don't eat pork anymore, so I use smoked turkey
Mm-hmm.
in mine. But when I did eat pork, I would put a pigtails, neck bones, a ham hock, some bacon, the white bacon, the white salted bacon, the fat back is, if you will.
Yeah. The fat. Yeah.
Fat back, and then I put all of that in there together. But now I just use the turkey, but it still tastes really good. And I put the onions and the bell peppers and jalapenos and stuff in it. So you have to taste it.
One of my podcast ideas was food podcast.
Really?
Comedians
You should have told me.
making
I could have
food.
brought you some collard greens today, Imre.
Dang
But
it.
when you come to visit a Hungarian, it's customary that you always bring a present.
Are you?
Oh.
Are
And
you?
this is the 7th episode.
And see, Chloe, you ain't getting.
I brought tea. I brought tea.
No,
I
I did.
brought
Which I
tea.
did bring tea. Yeah, and I think Scott brought like a
Are
bag
you-
of nuts,
Butterfinger or something.
Butterfingers. Yeah,
Are you coming to Flo's mic tomorrow?
I have my mic.
He has his own.
Thank
mic.
you very much. But I will try to stop by.
Tomorrow is Wednesday. Hello. I forgot. Yes, you have your own mic.
But I
Well,
will try
I'm the
to stop.
first of the. I'm only once a month, so
yeah.
Yeah, I will try to stop. I mean, I always when I can, I try to stop by at her mic.
No.
Well, see, the
it's
Comedy
okay.
Zone is a long way from me too. That's
It
a
is.
long.
That is. It's far.
Not as far as Mayport, but
That's fine.
your mic is a. So you need to understand how much I love you, Imre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am coming to your mic just for you.
Oh.
Or if
But
another.
thank you for coming.
Yeah,
we need
and-
comics. We need people.
Yeah, and so like if another one of the cast is performing, then I
Right.
try to come out and support them. But if I'm coming out there to support them, I'm always gonna hit your mic.
Right.
I'm always gonna get my stage time in.
Yeah.
Because
I will try to go to Justice Bar because I have good times there. You know,
Yeah.
most of the time the people are attentive. Sometimes they're a little too drunk, but you know, it's by the time I get there,
There's no such thing.
by the time I
It's
get
too
there,
drunk?
there's no such thing as too
No.
drunk. You said you get shot in Colombia or whatever if you are too drunk, or
now you get pickpocketed.
Brazil.
You might
Yeah.
get robbed a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
they'll
like-
take-
just a
they'll
little
take your
bit.
phone.
You might,
They'll
yeah,
take
you
your
might
phone.
just get
I
robbed a
was
little
just thinking
bit.
the other day, everything, my whole life is on my phone. If my phone disappears,
Screwed.
I'm
Yeah.
dead.
True.
You
You're
know,
screwed.
like. Psh.
Remember some phone numbers of people you can call.
I
Yeah, I got
remember
that. You don't
the
have
only
the
phone number
icon?
I remember is my ex's number, and she's gonna leave me in jail.
Oh.
If I ever get to jail, I have
What
one
did you
phone.
do to her?
We got divorced.
Well, I mean, I guess that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of people that
that I should remember
That
the phone
could-
numbers of. Yes,
I was gonna say could get divorced and remain friends.
we are not those people.
Okay.
It's fine. You know, like
Oh.
I know some people are like that. We are not those people.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not
fine.
Like
We
that
are
either.
okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm,
You know,
I'm
we are okay, but because we have kids that we have to raise together, and that's it. Like you know, she got remarried, and I'm moved on like a long time ago. So, yep. Thanks for bringing this up. I'm gonna-
you never know where it's gonna lead with me. And
oh, it's that's what the podcast is about.
absolutely.
You never know.
That's, I believe
off
in
the
going
rails.
down rabbit holes.
We
and
should
I
have
love
named it off the
Let's
rails.
And that is what makes magic to me. When
Yeah.
and the crazier the stuff is, whatever the event is, the crazier it goes down, the more I'ma love it. I promise you, the more I'ma love it. Like we were, I was on Leroy's podcast. I was on Signal 27.
Wait, Leroy has a podcast?
Leroy, yeah.
Oh, the other
Signal
Leroy.
27.
The OG
The
Leroy.
last
The
Leroy.
OG.
Yeah,
OG
he's
Leroy.
got his
Yeah.
Signal 27. So I was just the guest on that show. And
Oh, they've been doing it for a long time.
yeah, and we were talking about how his song, DJ CK had messed up his song.
Uh-huh.
Well, okay, so let's just gonna say it. It was the show of my birthday. It was my birthday
Aw.
show, so I was celebrating really, really hard, and Leroy was standing too close to me. So, and so Leroy was impaired by the time he got to the stage, and CK fucked up
The intro song?
he messed up the intro song. So between the two of them being messed up, it produced the song "I'm gonna put my dick on these bitches," and that's like my favorite song.
It's a good song.
right?
But you've
Right,
been-
and he's got the little booty cutie in there. That's me. He's talking about me. He's talking about me and Reva. Okay, with
He
the
put
little
you in
booties,
his-
because she's got a big butt to be a white girl. Her butt's bigger than mine.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm telling you,
I'm okay. I'm all right.
I'm trying to tell you, yes, we switched bodies, or something. We were fucking around.
All right, put that wig on. Let me see.
Yeah, we were in heaven messing around in the line. Me and Flo was messing around in the lines and got them switched up and reported to the wrong place. I don't know.
That part.
That is hilarious.
Right. So
So the song is about you. All right, that's all I heard.
Well, the little booty cutie part.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that part
Talking
of it.
about me in it. Yeah. He's
So-
talking about me in the song, but when I thought you were saying black instead of blind,
Right.
and you were like, I like black people sometimes, and I'm like, well, that feeling is mutual, and it just went
But I
from
was
there.
It was
And
hilarious.
it was, and now me and Boris are going to solve world peace.
All right, so here's my question. I don't know if you guys were in the last show on Wednesday at the Comedy Zone.
I was not.
All right. It's very important. So you walk up there, DJ is playing a music. What do you do on stage before you start your set?
Dance.
And
Wave at the crowd
how long?
till the spirit leaves me.
Yeah, okay, so but after that, what do you do? Do you...
I tell the DJ to cut off
All
the
right,
music.
so what you guys missed, there was a mixed performers, right? Black and white. And, guys go up and then one of the white comedians go up. The music is playing and she starts dancing. And the music does not stop. And she's like, what's going on? Because we don't know what the fuck to do. So she is dancing for like 3 minutes.
Wow.
And then at one point, the DJ just cut the music. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? It was hilarious. And then Osric goes, I went up. The music was, okay. I'm like, all right, it's over now. It's fine. And then Osric goes up and he tells this whole story how white comics don't know what to do. Then there's a black DJ.
Oh my God.
So, because we
I can
didn't
see
do
that
this.
happening.
We
I can
didn't
see
do
that
this.
happening from him.
Actually, that happened to me in the beginning.
So the
Did you-
DJ...
I didn't know. Yeah, I just kept.
So
No, here's the problem. I can't dance for shit. I can do rave moves.
Let
with
me
the
see,
with
let
the
me
gloves.
see.
I can't dance.
let me
That's
see.
it.
Let me
That's
bust a
it.
move, Emery.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's
it's
all
like-
you got?
That's all.
Yeah.
That's your move.
No,
right
that's
there?
my. This is not even
That's
my
it.
move. I can only do raves or goth, not moving your hands just next to you and sadly look at the ground.
Is that's how you dance and golf?
That's how I know. Yeah,
That's how golf dance.
Yeah.
You just
it's goth dance. But it's, OG
You nod your head or
goth. The
something? I
new
don't-
goths are different. The new electric goths, they are a little more movement. But OG goths from the 70s, 80s, you don't move a lot. You just moping
never knew
around,
that.
moping around.
so I'll be
And you
better
definitely
You
don't
would
have
be depressed.
heavy metal for real.
heavy metal. You
you-
definitely
you'd
don't
be
have to do
depressed.
this at a goth club,
Okay.
But anyway, it was so hilarious to me. And, Osric is a funny dude. So I'm like, all right, I will remember this for the rest of my life. So if I ever perform DJ is playing, I'm like, yep, cut that shit.
Yeah.
It was
But-
funny.
I studied comics. So that I knew to do. This is
I
the
don't think I ever noticed that.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Or
But-
not full sets.
Well, I mean, okay, so
Hmm.
I not really been to like a lot of white comedians.
Like in a real
Right,
show.
because
I mean,
yeah, they don't curse a lot.
white
so I don't-
comics? I mean,
I'm-
it depends on the white comic.
Right.
Yeah.
So generally, unless you're like a really, really, if you're not like a Ralphie May,
Mhm.
or Dane Cook, or Matt Rife, or somebody like that, then as a white comic, you're probably not gonna be on my radar
Right.
unless you're like a really.
It's
big
interesting
name.
that Matt Rife is on your radar.
Oh, with his cute little self. Yes.
I mean, he is
Because I'm a Wildin'
little.
Out- I'm a Wildin' Out fan. I'm a Wildin' Out fan.
Okay. Oh,
I'm
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and he came from Wildin' Out.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
He's funny. I watched his special. I'm like, all right, he's okay. Like, there's nothing. He's funny.
He's funny to me, but unless you're like a big
Right.
name comic, so that part I got because
Got it.
this is standard for black
Right.
comics.
Yeah.
The thing that I get hung up that I have to remember to do is to move the mic stand.
that was one of the first thing I learned. Move the mic stand up. So I always do that. It's just like natural.
David will cuss me.
If
David
you don't
Emmanuel
know it,
will cuss as his protege. David Emmanuel will cuss me out
Yeah, because
if
it's,
I do not move the mic stand
Right.
when it's in front of me. Because there's some mics where there's no mic stand,
oh yeah,
and then there's some mics stand where there are. So I've officially gotten accustomed to moving the mic stand now, so David can stop fussing at me.
I don't know. It became so I don't even notice that I'm doing it. You know what I mean? It just became such a second nature. And lately, the past 6 months, I started doing I'm holding the mic stand, top of the mic stand from the side
You're
of me.
molesting it.
Yes.
Molesting it. And I'm trying to get rid of it because I used to just stand there with my hands in my pocket because that was my thing. But now I started doing that, and I noticed that a bunch of people are doing it in the scene. I'm like, damn it, this is something I picked up from somebody, and now I'm just doing it. But anyway, it's funny.
So what is like one of the more challenging things that you had to overcome as far as stand up?
Well, I mean, public speaking, just speaking on stage in general. I always loved the stage. I was in a band back in the 90s, so I was not like
What instrument?
synthesizers and programming. Like it was very electronic music.
Okay.
But anyway, the stage was not like a stranger to me, but I was always in the back. Nobody cares about the back people. If you're not the singer, they don't really care. So, but I always liked the stage, and I always liked comedy. So, but that was a huge fear of mine, so huge that when I decided that I'm gonna do comedy, I'm like, I'm gonna do it before my birthday, and that was like, I don't know, 10 months away. So for the first 7 months, I just showed up at the mic, sat over there for 3-4 hours, and then I went home. Didn't perform. I was taking notes. Okay, this guy's doing this, that guy's doing that. At the mic, there was no music, so none of the black comics did this. That's why I didn't know that.
No music.
But because in my culture, this means kill somebody. So I rarely use it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. Don't go to Hungary and do like this.
Yeah. You're
Because
dead.
somebody's getting it.
You're dead.
I think it might be Italian, but I feel like this was like,
Yeah.
done,
No, yeah, I've
you know.
heard of that. And at my open mic, Ian is the DJ, and he just cuts it
Right.
when he wants.
No, he just does a little bit of scratching, and then you can move a little bit.
The owner, he's the DJ though
Yeah.
of
From-
the
He's
my open
he's
mic.
a bartender.
Oh,
He's the-
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep,
That's my sweetheart too.
he's nice.
He is.
He's-
No, he is super nice.
He is. That's
Yeah.
that's my friend.
He lets us perform in multiple of his venues or
Right.
bars. It's like,
He's
it's
really
crazy.
nice. Yeah.
So anyway, so that was like just speaking on stage. Plus, English is not my first language, so not even my second language. So it's like kind of like, I was nervous.
Do you think that gives you an edge?
It gives you any kind of edge. Gives you 5 minutes. You know what I mean? If you're a foreigner, you have 5 minutes. If you're fat, you have 5 minutes to make people like, hey, all right, I'm fat. But after that, say some normal jokes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it does give me maybe 5-10 minutes. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even if you are super hot, you have 5-10 minutes. Like Matt Rife is not joking about how hot he is. He isn't. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but after that he does normal jokes. So
What about you, Flo?
she's still overcoming it, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find my lane. There's so many different avenues that you could go to
Yeah.
in comedy. There's just so many directions that you could take your career that I haven't even found my lane yet.
I'm now like 5 years in, so I'm a little bit over 5 years in. Pandemic was during this, but now, like I did something else for the first 6 months. Then I found this persona. I had to slow down. I'm a foreigner. I have an accent, so I had to slow down, way down, and it works with my dark humor also, right? Because you are processing a lot of stuff, and then I say some dark shit, and it's like, oh my god, he didn't just say that. So it works. If I was speaking faster, I don't think it worked as well. But now, after 5 years, like the past year, I'm transitioning in between this slow person, but also putting in my actual personality. Because when we talk, I don't talk like this on stage, right? So now it's a mixture at this point, and I like it. I think this is the most comfortable I've been with the character. And I don't know. We'll see. So Flo, what did you come up with that you had to overcome as a performer?
I don't know. I'm trying to be more clean. It's really challenging to be clean.
I know, especially with your mom and them wrinkled titties.
You know what I mean? If you knew my mom.
Stop.
We know
I
your
met
mom.
your mom. No, I met her
Yeah.
mom.
No, I met
filter.
her.
Her mom,
Super nice.
She is.
Nice
With a
tits.
great sense of humor. So
She's got the no filter comes from her. So
Sure.
yeah, it's challenging. But that's what I'm trying to work on now currently.
So how do you think is? I try to. It's not like because people are like, "Hey, are you done with your dark stuff?" No, this is what comes out.
Yeah.
I sit down, I watch the news. First of all, it's a lot of murder and shit. I'm like, okay, well, that's a joke. You know what I mean? And there is
start watching the news then.
Right.
right, but I don't know. So,
Get my material up.
but I sit down and try to write clean. Sometimes I do find clean stuff and I riff it with my kids, but mostly just dark stuff comes out of my head.
But and dirty raunchy comes right out of my mind on the daily basis.
So why are you trying to switch? Because I met comedians who switched from dark to clean,
I'll never fully switch.
and they get more bookings and things like that.
That part, yeah, more bookings and stuff. But I don't think I'll ever fully, because that's just how my mind works.
Right.
Like you just said about how you're naturally dark and no filter and
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I could do it, but why?
right. It's not as fun either.
I'm a rebel. I am like this is the unruly teenager part of my life.
But you could think of it because we don't have a lot of clean comedians, right?
Right.
Like we have a lot of in between, but not super clean. Like you could take it as a rebellion. Hey, everybody is doing dark and dirty
Yeah.
stuff. I'm gonna do clean to be a rebel.
I just cuss a lot, but I don't really do a lot of dirty humor. I don't talk about sex stuff very much
But you miss
at
it though.
all. No, I don't. I do miss sex. Yes,
But you miss
and
it.
it would be really nice to get a little bit. But,
Maybe you need to start talking about it.
You
to
know what
bring
I'm
it to your life.
saying? But and I don't do that for a reason, and that is because for a lot of reasons. As a woman coming into this industry that's already over sexualized
Sure.
anyway, you know, that I don't know, doing comedy like that in my mind kind of invites people, you know, men to maybe come at you the wrong way.
True.
Oh, I see.
true.
What, yeah, absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
and so
If-
so
yeah.
I choose not to do that. And then as a female comedian, to me, going to the sex stuff,
Right.
it's like a default. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's easy as a female. You know, if you're not hitting on the stage or whatever, hey, let me just shake my ass, or you know what I'm saying, or
Right.
whatever, to get a reaction to the crowd, and I'm not willing to do that. So, you know,
No,
I have to work a little bit, and then too, again, a lot of people think that because I'm funny with my family or I'm funny with my friends and I'm a hoot with them, that I could go and do comedy, and that is not the case. And I got that rude awakening last year. It's not the case that you have to put work into to be a good comedian. You have to put work in, because it's one thing to be funny with people that are familiar with you,
Right.
that, you know, are used to you cutting up or whatever, and going into a room of people that don't know you, that weren't there at the situation, and then connect with them first of all, and then make them laugh, because you have to connect with them first.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work for me.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's a lot of work for everybody.
yeah,
Because
But-
that was a big awakening for me on Wednesday. The thing is, because in the mics here and locally, everybody knows what I do. I don't have to spend time on telling them, hey, I'm a foreigner, look how silly I am, and then do the dark stuff. So I usually just go up on a mic and do the dark stuff immediately, right? Because people know who I am. At the Comedy Zone, they don't know who I am. And Wednesday, I went up and I opened with the dark stuff. And, you know, it's just like, oh, wait a second. I have to introduce myself. Like, hey, I'm a foreigner. I'm still okay. It's funny. You guys can laugh at this, and it was a lesson learned.
Yeah.
So
I'm learning a lot though. I'm learning a lot from you guys. Believe it or
Good.
not. I try to take away something from every comedian that I meet. So, and I'm harder on myself than I am on anybody else. So, a challenge for me is that even though I don't necessarily suffer with stage fright, because I worked that out as a child with them Easter programs.
Right.
So it's easier for me. That's why it seems as if I'm more comfortable on a mic as an adult. Yes, I'm comfortable in speaking publicly, but when you're not sure about your material or you're not hitting, the way that's a little different. And then I'll get nervous and forget what I was going to say. Like I'll forget sections of my material and I have to try to recover, and it's happening less. And
Good.
I'm getting even more comfortable. TK said that he notices that I don't fidget as much on the stage when I'm up there, because I used to just be nervous to be there. So I'm getting more comfortable and more at ease with being up there.
You always look comfortable to me. You look like you're
Do
very
I?
comfortable up there.
So, like, one thing that I have to work on is my crowd work and interacting with the audience more. I think I did, when we were with Danny, I was supposed to do 10. I did 9 minutes with Danny. And I was supposed to do 10. I got out. So technically, I got off the stage early. But had I interacted with the crowd a little bit more to eat up some of that time,
Right.
then, and I have to work on that. But sometimes I'm scared.
How much time were you supposed to do?
10 minutes.
I mean, that's close.
Yeah.
I
I got really close.
People usually go over, and people hate that.
Well, see, let me just tell you, I know that bombing is a part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my testimony. If I'm bombing, I'm on a cast with 20 other people. I'm not going to sit here and waste your time. Obviously, tonight is not the night.
Right.
Let me move
Right.
so that you can have time to hear some of the other comics coming behind me.
Once you start getting paid, you will do your time. Otherwise, you will not get the money. Even if you bomb for an hour, you will get the money because you did your time.
Okay. Well,
So, you know what I'm saying?
and
When
I'll
I
be
was
glad
bombing,
when I get to that part of the process. I'll stand up there, if I'm getting paid to do it. But,
right.
at the beginning,
but
I run off
that's
the
what I'm
mic.
saying. You will get there.
2 minutes. Hey, I'm Momma Jackie. How y'all doing tonight? Follow me on Instagram. I'm out. But you see how cute I am, though, right?
Yeah.
So
some people have different.
that was the win for me at one point. That was just the win for me.
Right.
That was the win, to just get up on the stage and stand up there in front of the people. That was the win at one point.
Mhm. No, it's
So now
it's the baby steps.
Yeah.
You know?
I dream bigger now, but
Yeah. Some people have different opinions about crowd work.
I hate it. It's called improv comedy. Do it there. You know what I
I'm
mean?
better at improv.
And so am I.
No, I'm
Wait,
just joking. But
but
it's part of the process. In a theater, you're not gonna do crowd work, because the top people on the balcony is not gonna see what this guy looks like with a turtle helmet on, on the front seat. So it's unrelatable.
But there's two different schools of thought on it. There's more original that it's like that's not real comedy because you didn't take the time to set up a punchline and a premise and all that. But then there's actually new comedians coming up where it's a new thing.
A lot of
that
change.
People are liking it, and they feel more in the moment with you. Like I had people come up to me and say, "Hey, I like the part where you said it as if it was happening right there," and I'm like, "I actually did. I made it all up with you guys," and they actually And if it works. It works,
No, I'm not saying it doesn't work.
No, I know, but like you said, though, not everyone agrees to that as being real. Like, oh, you didn't take the time.
Well, they say that the internet comics aren't real comedians.
I'm not saying they aren't real. It's just different. It's just don't call it stand-up comedy.
Yeah, there's that's a big thing.
Improv
if you're
comedy,
if
or
you're
whatever,
an comedian, then please don't call yourself a stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. But Mojo Brooks is an internet comedian.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That stand-up had me rolling.
Right.
He had me dying. I even met him and everything. Gave him a hug and everything.
Yeah, but he's
still
also
with the little-
15 years old, so
He is.
he's super. I saw him. I
Listen,
ran into him in the bathroom.
Listen, Imre, even the Bible says to train up a child in the way that he should go.
That's called
Crazy.
grooming. That's called
Crazy.
grooming, Mama J.
Well, grooming, training,
Training, grooming,
tomato,
raising.
tomato. You know, I just
We're all gonna get canceled before anything happens.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. You
Y'all
know,
will
R.
be
Kelly's my
canceled.
cousin, so they gunning
That-
for me anyway. Hell,
That's why Flo is just like not saying anything. I'm not part of this.
right? Flo and
Y'all
me-
can be canceled.
right.
I'm
We
gonna be right here.
canceled
Hey.
and possibly in jail. And then Flo's gonna be. Are you?
I'll buy you
sending
your
it-
bubble gum then.
Oh, she gonna put bubble gum on the books. I can't get no bail money, but I can
Here's
get a
some
piece of gum
bubble
though.
gum.
I can get right.
Flo is
I
gonna-
can get a bubble gum and some annihilators in jail for Flo. Thank you so much.
That part.
All right. Please come like this to the jail.
I will. Just like this. With my
Perfect.
wig on and everything.
So, how is your what is your writing process? How do you write? Do you sit down like a true writer? No, I'm just kidding. So, do you
okay.
sit down or you just wait for something to happen in your life?
So honestly, there are so many stories in my head.
Okay.
I have not gotten to the point where I consistently write.
Mhm.
But to be fair, I just stopped working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's what I was doing in my regular
Right.
life on
Yeah.
top of
No,
the
I
comedy.
That's
understandable.
tough.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
and
lot.
and I don't know, I'm hyperactive, so I do the most anyway. I'm always doing something. I'm either at a show or with Double Dutch and things like I try to stay busy. Maybe I'm trying to tune out my real life. Maybe I don't really want to accept my reality. So I'm making it up as I go. And I'm cool with that. But I stay busy. I just do. I do a lot. And so if I sit still for a few minutes, I'm probably gonna nod off. I'm going to sleep.
Right.
And I will go to sleep in the club.
So how?
I am that uncool person that don't let your DJ be hitting. I'm going to sleep.
and
I'm
you're
putting
gonna
you
be
on
like, yeah,
hold.
cut this shit, and then you're falling asleep.
Well, I mean, eventually I'm gonna wake up and get a drink, and then it's on and popping.
There.
That's when
There
the
it
party
is.
starts. That's when
There
that's
it
when
is.
but give me a minute let me take a little power nap real quick, for about 30 minutes or so in here. Let me get my little stuff together. And then when I get up, it's on. It's on. We're going to have a good time. Everybody's having a good time once I get up, but let me take
I
a nap.
love the hyped up Momma Jackie.
Do you
Yeah.
like it?
Yeah. She gets
I don't know what was in that tea that I didn't give you, so
Oh,
I can't
don't
vouch
thi-
for anything.
I don't think you've ever seen me hyped up. You've never seen
No,
me
probably
really. You need to come to one of our shows
I will.
Yeah.
and see it live when I'm in full Momma Jackie
Zone.
glory and
Mama J zone.
oh my
Momma
gosh,
Jackie.
yes, I have the men to take me. I have men to carry me on stage now.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay,
She gets lifted.
All right.
I get carried on stage.
So let's talk about gossip for 1 second.
ooh, let's juicy.
Juicy.
So most of the mics in Jacksonville. Which one do you guys think is gonna be canceled next? Which open mic is gonna be canceled next?
Ooh. I mean, okay,
Don't
so-
look at me like that. It looked like you are about to say comedy.
No,
zone.
no.
Your
Oh,
mic.
I would. Who? If
No,
they
I'm
try
just
to
kidding.
cancel
Oh.
your mic, doggone it, we coming out there with bricks and everything. What you? Okay, you gonna have a riot. Try to cancel your mic. I'm saying that Comedy Zone. If y'all try to cancel Ian's mic, Poker Face is coming. We're coming
Okay.
out there with all our cards and everything.
Well, thank you for the support. That's what I was looking for. But no, see, I was just thinking that because mics are coming and going.
So quickly.
I
Very
haven't even
quickly.
been to Kava since they left.
You
Mandarin.
can because it's gone. There is nothing
Even the
there.
one in Mandarin,
Both of them.
San
Canceled.
Marco.
Canceled.
They are both canceled.
Oh,
That's how this whole
wow.
mic started.
I like Kava though when it was in Mandarin, even though that's a long way.
I mean, it was fine. I did.
I liked it.
I did okay in both. I did my dark stuff, and it lands as it lands. But I always had a good time in both places.
I actually do better with white crowds than I do with
I
black
do very
crowds.
well
Real.
with I do very well with mixed crowds. I don't do very well with pure white crowds. I've never done a full. Actually, you know what? I have done a full black room. There was only it was 150 people, maybe 4 white guys. It was a comedy contest at the beach with fat cats.
Ah, fact.
I was like only a couple of months in, and I did really surprisingly really well.
Okay.
And I met a couple of comics back in the day. And anyway, so I did that was
When
my
was
only
that?
long 2018, 2019, very early on. So that was the only time I actually performed in front of mostly black people,
Okay.
and it was good. I just did my regular dark shit, and it went well. So I'm like, all right. But I do okay with the mixed crowd, age-wise and race-wise. Pure white old people, nah.
Right.
They told me get off the stage multiple. I did it multiple times. I'm like, I'm a pro. I'm doing my 15 minutes. I don't care how you about me.
You're just gonna have to stay here.
Yep, and I make them say. And the thing is, the more negative they are, I become darker and darker and darker because I'm like, you know what? This ship is sinking. I'm
You
gonna,
might as well just go ahead on.
I'm gonna might just
Just
put
suicide.
rocks in
go
there.
all
Suicide.
the way. I love it.
Yep.
I love it. Just going
'Cause-
all the way off the cliff.
Yeah, I'm burning this ship
I
as it's
love
going.
it. No, I really do. I
Right off the cliff.
Yeah, right off the
that's-
cliff.
Yeah, that's the kind.
You don't know how
that's-
boats work.
Yeah, that's pretty much how.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna wrap this up soon. I think we've been talking for over an hour.
Have we
So-
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just checking the time.
No, that's all right. And then I know, we have another mic or we have an open mic tonight. But anyway,
Tonight is
Tuesday.
Vooswar.
Vooswar, yeah. Mhm.
not doing it.
Do you
Not
think Vooswar is
doing
gonna get canceled next?
Oh, I don't. Okay, so I've only been to Vooswar once, and I.
Oh,
didn't-
really?
Yeah, and they told me that the sign up started at 8.
You have to get there
At
at
8.
7:00.
Okay, they didn't tell me that
No,
part.
no. I mean, it's got him.
Yeah, they didn't tell me that part.
Yeah.
I asked, and they said that the sign up starts at 8, but they
That-
did not tell me that. I mean, I knew that white people were very enthusiastic about being on time, but
We are.
but yeah, you're very enthusiastic. You got that down to a science. However,
It's called a
nobody
watch.
told me to be there an hour early, or I
Right.
would have been there an hour earlier.
Sure.
I was there at 8:03 and was 19 on the
Yeah,
list.
and you didn't go up till like 1:00.
I didn't. I know I didn't stay.
You left. Yeah.
Again, I get up at 3 in the morning.
No, I get it.
So yeah,
No, it's-
I was. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's tough,
So-
but that's the reason why it is like that because everybody wants to perform there because we have 60, 70 regular people in the
Nice
audience.
Right.
crowd, yeah.
There's always crowd. It's a good crowd, and you always have fun there most of the time.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, it seems like a nice place. Everybody
Yeah.
was very welcoming. But like I said, I wasn't getting ready to stay till 1:00 in the morning.
Right.
And because like even at Poker Face, in the beginning when I had a car,
Mm-hmm.
after my set, I'd stay for a few more comments and then
Right.
I'm leaving.
Yep.
With Poker Face, but then once I didn't have transportation, I'd have to ride. I was riding with the DJ who lives down the street, so
Right.
I have to stay now to the end of the show,
Oh,
and
okay.
I've gotten used to it,
Mhm.
and I've also stopped drinking, so I'm able to the last.
That helps a little.
You know,
Helps.
I'm able. Yeah. When I leave Tito alone, me and Tito have to.
Little Tito.
All
Yeah.
right, let's part this sinking ship.
Handles.
Handles.
Instagram
So,
handle.
what's your Instagram and handles? Where can we find you online?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at comedian Momma Jackie, all one words, and Mama spelled with 3 M's, not 2. MOMMA, comedian Momma Jackie. You can also find me as comedian Momma Jackie on Facebook. I don't really use that page like that. It's Jackie Kelly Curry on Facebook, and TikTok is comedian Momma Jackie. So,
Sounds good. Awesome. Flo, you wanna plug
So
yours?
funny.
yes,
Yay,
she
Flo
is.
funny. And I am stand up everywhere. But thanks again for coming on.
Thank
And
you.
good
for
luck with
having me.
everything.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Coming.
Yeah.
Good vibe.
No, it was
Always a
fun.
good vibe.
So we're gonna do the clapping again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3. No, yeah, it's fine.
How many claps are we doing this
One
time?
clap.
One clap.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.